And I was like, well, I can do that because this was the very first accent I ever learned, actually, as a wee lad. So it was very natural to me. And I thought, oh, well, he seems like a wee bit of a trickster. Well, I can give him a wee bit of, I can give him a wee bit of a sense of humor, but also make him a fucking badass too if I have to, right?
Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
And on Skype.
Yeah, Blood Axe.
All right. And we'll get started. I guess we're going to start off with, we've been going for a month, a little over a month, I guess, a month and a half.
Nobody missed us.
And we're back. I'm in black. All right. Except for Blood Axe, he's in gray. Got a black cap, though.
Yeah. I'm in gray.
Hey, Blood Axe has had a good last week. He saw the Miami Dolphins win.
All right, so it's time to talk about another love of ours, and that's tabletop gaming. This
don't love us.
This last month and a half has not been kind to us, as we have seen Pathfinder.
I already gave up on Wizard of the Coast and then Pathfinder.
Pathfinder tabletop RPG to remove slavery from our game and setting completely. Now,
No. Wait, say the second part.
we'll provide no in-game explanation for the change.
Just going to change history. And look, as a black guy, let me start this off so nobody can claim anything. The concept of slavery is not offensive in and of itself. It's like, it's real. It's in the Bible. The freaking Egyptians enslaved the Jews. It's an old concept. It's real. It's a real thing. And in a setting set in that time, it's not unusual it's there. Because they depict it as evil. You know what used to be fun? Everybody I know has played one former slave that kills the crap out of slavers. Like, it's a thing. That's a story. It's a concept. They don't present it in a way that's offensive. So it's just really dumb that they continually want to act like things don't exist, which is worse. By trying to act like these things don't exist, you're not paying respect to the concept of it.
What are you saying, man? As a black fan, you've already been spoken for. I mean, the letter says, even as black fans, players and writers express our outrage and discomfort over and over again, certain writers at Pazio continue to ignore us and use an awful source of pain as fodder for their entertainment. I mean, you're there. You're a black fan, man.
I'm going to pull a line and say they ain't black. Because if you black and you think that the stuff in the Pazio book correlates to our real world experience at all, that's an insult. What the hell, you freaking idiot? That's really, really lowballing. That's fantasy. What the? Oh, that offends me on a lot of levels. Like, wow, that's bugging you. Why don't you go fight? Why don't you do something real with your life? Okay? Why don't you do something real? There's people right now. There's slavery overseas. The slavery is still out there. What the hell are you? All right, I'm done. Y'all handle it. I ain't talking no more. I'm done. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm serious, man. I'm about to go on a flip. I'm about to flip out. There's real world things, man. Like, you really, that's hurting your heart.
But we had organized play and people bought slaves. And we couldn't do anything about it as the DM because for some reason I couldn't tell these fuckers to go and choke on a cock or something.
How do you mean you can't do anything? Every time somebody tried to buy a slave in one of our games, we killed them. The party killed them every single time. Nobody survived buying a slave in a game I've been in.
Yes, you did. Actually, you bought my character who was a slave once.
That was to set you free. By the way, yes, I got to buy a white boy. See, you took that away from me. Right. I got to buy the white guy.
No, it's one of those things that's sort of epic in gaming is setting free slaves.
I know. I can't do that anymore. Dude, I played so many characters that went ham on slavers.
I mean, several of my characters' history has been that they were a slave.
You were a Thessalonian slave who killed his master and got free and burned every slaver you saw to death because he was wrath. He burned every slaver he saw to death under the paladin's nose. He never caught you committing all these murders. That was fun.
And that's the thing.
I was running that one, so I couldn't join in.
If you have some shithead that's using some mechanic just to be a dick in your game,
that's a person. That's a at your table problem.
That has nothing to do with the system. The system has elements to make stories, to tell a story, create a setting, and every time you remove something, I mean, you know, I will say this, and this also goes for the next part where D&D is doing some stupid shit and removing the
backstories and alignments, because even monsters can't be evil, because let's pretend like nothing bad ever happened. That doesn't cause you to repeat the behavior. Yeah, you know, history doesn't repeat itself when you just ignore reality.
There was something, I think it was Guy Gax that said it many years ago, and he was like, and it's the point of these books are not required. You don't need these books really to have a game.
You don't, yeah. Dude, we make our own settings.
Yeah.
We don't follow any setting in a book,
so
except for Forgotten Realms.
At this point, I'm giving up on the books.
I've been making my own set. Dude, a little while ago, we were looking at animes, and I was like, I'm going to watch that, see if I can use that setting, because they've ruined everything for their settings. But just to approach these issues, here's what happens, because here's what they're creating. Because I even heard somebody, one of these splats, they were saying, why do you have to hurt things? So they're basically turning tabletop into, let's sit around and talk about our feelings session. And I'm like, well, you can do that. I've been a part of non-combat games. Oh, this is link. I've been a part of non-combat games. I have changing the setting where it doesn't exist removes the entire game. They're taking the game out of the game because nobody's bad. Nobody can hurt anybody. No one can have an opinion. There are no bad guys. Like, I don't know what to even say. Like, here's an example. You've played with us, and one of the first house rules he noticed is that, here's what's weird to me. This shows you how stupid they are. How freaking stupid they are. You know what we freaked out in our games? We basically almost removed to where no player character uses it, and only the worst villains ever do it. It actually was mind control. We always thought mind control was the most evil power. So a house rule for a long time, and Wells found out we enjoyed this, is that we told him, it said, dude, you cast mind controls on people, you're evil. And you will be treated as such. And there's a house rule. By the way, we didn't stop buying books. We didn't ban the spells. It was simply considered the forte of the most evil person. To rob a person of their free will through force was considered incredibly evil. And in all our games, only evil characters do it. And no player character has ever done it.
I mean, that's the thing, though, man. I've played evil characters. I've played good characters. I played a pacifist in D&D.
I remember that.
And, you know, he cast hold person on somebody thinking he was going to be nice, as then the party, like, hobo murdered them.
Hey, not me. We grew up in the same village. My dude was freaked out. I played a fire user who didn't like using fire on people because he freaked out from the screaming.
So my pacifist, like, had pretty much a panic attack because he just caused the hobo murder of this living creature. And, I mean, but that's all part of the game. Like, you know, I try to do a different personality almost every time I play the game, because, and some of those would own slaves, because you know what? You can play a dick and the party will probably kill me. And I understand that. I've played a fanatic religious character before and been slaughtered or disbanded from a group.
Because you were zealot. Yeah, another thing, we don't do a lot of zealotry.
And you know what? It's cool, you know, because everybody's just playing their character.
Dude, one of my favorite parts about that game is that because we were villagers, we were doing Rise of the Rune Lords, and because we were from standpoint of villagers, the first time I set a human being on fire, my character had a nervous breakdown and spent like a night like basically freaking out because he had burned a dude alive. Like, you can role play anything, but the reason I bring it up is just to say, how long before you can't cast spells? Because fire hurts. Ice causes frostbite.
Acid burns, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and healing magic.
Acid is one of the most horrid spells that people play down way too much.
Oh,
when you're casting acid splash on something.
No, Melf's acid arrow, the one that keeps burning.
Yeah. I mean, if you visualize how that works in your mind, you would be horrified at what you're doing to things.
Dude,
that's why my Red Wizard Evoker was an elemental specialist with acid. I had a feat that turned all my elements into acid.
By the way, Red Wizards are evil.
Regardless of what the original element was.
That's why he was doing acid. Red Wizards are evil.
Yes.
Dude, one of my favorite scenes is that, I wish Jarek was here, because Jarek loved it, is I role-played out casting Finger of Death, because I was playing Mortis, my evil necromancer, as when he shot the guy with it, is a save or die. But the way it was described is when a guy failed to save, he screamed out at the top of his lungs, turned pale white, and just dropped into instantly went rigor mortis. And the deal was just like, and I was going like, dude, the spell kills you. Like, it's got to be terrible. But I bring it up to say, how long before you can't do anything?
Yeah. Well, my thing is, too, is slavery
is evil.
Is evil.
It's never been presented as not evil.
Compared to the things that you can do in D&D, it's actually one of the lesser. Because at least they're alive.
And usually they're not using magic. Like the Red Wizards use magic to enslave people. They're more evil because they combine slavery and mind control and death runes, like the rune on your body that'll like blow your kidneys out or your head off. So it's like, it's evil. But evil needs to be there. I want to fight evil. And in fact, the more evil they are, the less of a moral quandary it is to kill them. I used to love irredeemably evil creatures because when you saw a gnoll, you were like, I'm about to F this gnoll up. Because gnolls are cannibals and slavers. So you've never had to question whether you need to kill a gnoll. But you do now. Because not all gnolls, well, I think they actually said gnolls are still one of their evil races. I don't know. I guess hyenas don't get any representation.
I think gnolls were removed.
They removed the race altogether?
No, I mean, they removed all the...
I thought gnolls were one of the ones they left evil.
The only ones that have alignment now
are demons?
Is celestials and demons.
And isn't that religious oppression? What if you're a Satan worshiper? Because here's what happens when you try to represent everybody, dumbasses. You eventually have nothing left. I mean, there's sure a lot of people that seem to think Christianity's evil. So angels, some people be like, well, angels aren't always right. I mean, little Nas probably would be quite offended that you're saying that demons are evil. He likes to give them lap dances.
Oh, Teddy says he loves caring and selfless enemies. What does that make you, though? When your enemy is the careless and...
I mean, that's the thing. There's no bad people anymore.
Then you're the bad guy.
You know what? If I ever play these new settings, I'm just going to play the bad guy. I'm going to enslave everybody. I'm going to just be the slave master, play a mind bender, and just single-handedly bring slavery back to Pazio. Just to no, as a bad guy. And if they go, why are you doing this? Because the world needs villains.
Oh.
What you're doing is wrong. I know. That's why I'm doing it. Someone's got to.
Be the most evil motherfucker you can be in D&D.
Just to make heroes. We need heroes because, I mean, this world has no heroes. Because there's no bad guys. There's no heroes. But they hate heroes because they don't feel, because they can't measure up to them.
I don't see how
makes them feel self-conscious.
I don't see how you don't get just constantly slaughtered in D&D without an innately evil character. Because, I mean, the whole thing with, if I'm going through and I'm got to slaughter the Goblin Village, do I have to... check to see if it's evil before I kill it now?
Well, no, don't you understand, too? You can't just go taking out bandits because maybe they're doing it for a good reason. like California.
No,
says.
they didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can go there, but I mean that has nothing to do
I mean,
with
that
has nothing to do with what they are ratted. What they are ratted with D&D was there's nothing that's innately evil.
Oh no, I'm saying that's the next step though. Is that eventually
And there's also
nothing's
nothing
evil.
that's innately good. Other than
of course
demons
not. There are
and,
no
and
heroes.
celestials.
You're not surprised none of these people believe in good. They can't stand up to the ideal. You know how many people I've gamed with that I understand this because I've gamed with them and they
they're
can't
not
play
saying
good?
that there's not good though. I'm not going to miscommunicate this now. They're not saying that there's not good and evil. They are still saying there is good and evil. Now, as far as the characters, they've pretty much gotten rid of the alignment category for characters because people can't uphold, like you said.
They can't uphold the alignment. It's too hard to be a decent person.
There is still good and evil. It's just
demons
it's
and angels.
You necessarily creatures are not all evil. You know, the innately evil targets of adventurers have been removed.
How long before there's a meme of just a dude eating a baby going, I'm misunderstood? It's just like, I'm misunderstood. You don't understand what I've been
eat,
through.
Man, I was hungry.
Yeah.
I
can't hold down a job.
To survive.
It's the man holding me down. What man? I don't know. No one's evil. Who's the man anymore? Nobody's the man anymore. The man, if you were an Underdark.
They're still evil. There's just not innate.
If you were an Underdark, the man used to be the Drow or the Illithids, but not anymore.
Not anymore.
How the hell are the Illithids not evil? They eat brains and lay tadpoles in skulls to make more Illithids. How are they not evil? They literally eat brains.
Oh. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out all of our videos on YouTube. Hit that notification bell. Hit the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Whatever video you're watching right now, so you can catch all the videos we do. We do this every week live on Twitch. We do our show. You can you'll get to see that plus gaming videos from Mr. Bloodaxe. He does some awesome gaming videos. Occasionally Q does.
Rare.
Once in a blue moon, I'll do something.
I mean, when they put out a co-op game, you'll see me out with Mr. Bloodaxe, but
there you go. All right, guys. You can check us out at Dicejunkies.com to find links everywhere we are online, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Be sure to hit those notifications there. And as always,
we hope you enjoy.